Yo, what's up? Welcome back to my channel, Coach T's Business School of Hard Knocks. Listen, I already know. If you're here right now, you've already gone out there and checked out my video on how to find a good business idea. If you haven't checked out that video, you need to go out there and check it out. How to Find a Good Business Idea by Coach T. It's in my channel. Just subscribe to the channel. As a matter of fact, right now, like this video and subscribe to the channel, and you get all my up and coming videos every Monday and Thursday. But listen, here's the deal, man. After you come up with your good business idea, I already know what the next step is. You're like, T, I got the name. I got the name. Matter of fact, you knew the name before you had the business. Most people already had a name before they even create the business. But so here's the deal. You say, I got the name, but what my logo, man? How do I make this logo hot? How do I get a hot logo? Listen, logos are tough because your logo is going to follow you. Your logo follows your business forever. Your logo follows your business forever, at least until you change your logo. And it is okay to change your logo every now and then. I'm not gonna say like every year or every 2 years, but you can kind of change it up every 3 years, every 5 years or something like that. That's cool. You know what I'm saying? I mean, even McDonald's logo is not the same. It's probably only been changed twice in about 50 or 60 years, but it is what it is. But what I'll say is, probably the most important thing when it comes to your logo. Because once you come up with the design, or once you think you know what the design is, probably the most important thing is the color scheme. The color scheme, what's going to be the color scheme of your logo? Because the thing is, you really want to know what the exact color is. If it's red, if it's like a fuchsia, you want to know what the exact colors of your logo is. So when you have somebody to create your logo, the first thing you want to do once they create your logo is you want to either tell them, what the color is. And I mean, there's an RGB color scale. Typically, it's either going to, with the RGB, I think it's maybe like 3 letters. But then I think there's another color scale where it's like 6 numbers, like 00, 0100 or something like that, and like for every 6 numbers it's a particular color. So you want to know the exact colors you're using, because if you decide to do anything else with your branding, which you'll want to do something else with your branding, you want to use the exact same colors. You don't want to change. You don't want to use different colors when you're doing your branding, and you definitely want your branding to match the color of your logo. But what I want to do is, like I say, I'm the king of business ideas. I got a shoebox of business ideas that I still haven't acted upon, that I haven't moved upon, because I've been moving upon everything else. You know what I'm saying? But I want to share with you some of my logos, and you'll probably see with my logos, a lot of my colors are either red and white, or white and black, or gray, some neutrals or something like that. I just want to show you what they look like, so then you'll get an idea. Because what I want you to do is I want you to go out there and I want you to get I want you to hire someone to design your logo. I mean, if your business is not in the logo design, let a professional design your logo, right? Because they know what they're doing. Give them some room to be creative. But let me just show you what I've got going on, what I've had in the past. The first logo I'm going to show you here is a logo that I did for my lacrosse team. It's a black and white logo with a touch of red, touch of yellow, but primarily it's black, white, and gray. Primarily it's black, white, and gray. And like I say, I like red and whites and black and whites and neutrals with grays, stuff like that. But it's a pretty simple design. 2 lacrosse sticks, standard to the lacrosse sport. How did I come up with this? I was coaching a lacrosse team, and I called it Panther Lacrosse. Of course, everybody knows me, not just in the business world as the business Coach T, but in the sport world. Once upon a time, I coached youth football. So my football team was called the Panthers, and as my kids started playing lacrosse, I called our lacrosse team the Panthers. But basically, what I did was I told my designer what I wanted. I said, hey, I want something standard to lacrosse, but I want to use a panther head, and I want to kind of have a 3D effect. And basically, this is what we're looking at. Let's look at another one. As I said, I coach youth football. So once I started coaching football, I still wanted to be around the game. So I created a sports training program with pretty primarily football, where I coached some of my athletes, my guys that played for me up to sixth grade. I kind of wanted to work with them during the summertime. So I created a little sports training program, called it Ball Out Sports. And then some of my entrepreneurship aspirations came back into play, and I created a logo. As you can see, it's the red, white, and black logo, Ball Out Sports Training. And I start putting on t-shirts. As a matter of fact, I even have it on this hat right here, Ball Out Sports. I created a couple of logos because I wanted to see what it really looked like. You can see it's Ball Out Sports. That's one that I use, but this is the primary one here. And as you can see, it's the logo that was created for Ball Out Sports. Again, I'm coaching. So in this particular business, I'm coaching. I'm not trying to create logos. I gave my computer guy, I gave my design guy an idea of what I wanted, and I said, hey, you be creative, and that's what he did. I gave him some other generalities, but for the most part, I say, this is what I want. I want you to be creative. Now, the one I just showed you was just my general Ball Out Sports, and now this one is the one I have with football. So then I came back and I said, hey, I really want to do some more specific football training. So with the first one, I had Ball Out Sports Training. I leave that logo open to if I want to create a business to where I want to do some basketball training or some lacrosse training. If I want to do some, any type of sports training, whether it would be, some strength and conditioning training. That logo is more specific to that. This logo here is the same logo, but I added the football to it. So with this logo, I use this for my football athletes, for my football specific sports training. So depending on what you want to do, you can create your logo to be very specific if you got a very specific business, or if you want it to be very general, you can keep it general so that you can open it up to do other things, right? You can say, being a consultant, right? You may not want to just label yourself as ABC Pest Control Consulting. You may want to say, I'm ABC Consulting, because as you grow your business, you may want to, be able to do other things in the contract world. So, you may start out just doing pest control, or you may just start out doing brick or something like that. But then as you grow, it may turn into be, either construction management or project management. Now, I've got another logo here that I want to show you. Now, I'm going to show you a logo that I use that I actually bought as a stock logo. This was for my book, The Best Idea I Ever Had Right Now. Of course, I'm pretty sure you've already heard about my book, The Best Idea I Ever Had Right Now. If you haven't, it's out there on Amazon. Tons of business ideas, tons of business concepts. It's a great asset to have. If I were you, I would go out there and pick it up. The Best Idea I Ever Had Right Now. It's out there on Amazon. But the logo I have here on my initial book is a stock photo that I purchased. But then I came back here recently, actually within the last couple of weeks, with everything that's going on here with the virus, with the Corona-19, I've had a chance to reevaluate what I want to do with that book and with that book cover and all of that. So basically, what I've done now is I recreated that book cover, and it's here. So same book, same content, but I used a different logo, and the logo that I use is a picture, is a cartoon type picture of myself. I kind of like it. I think it gives more of a personal appeal rather than just a general appeal. I think that the initial photo that I was using was okay. I always wanted to see what it would look like if I had myself on the cover, but I really didn't want to use a portrait of myself. But I used a cartoon type character, and I think it fits. I think it fits the book very well. If you look at the picture that I have of myself, the cartoon portrait of myself, it was actually designed from another logo, or from the same logo, but here's the actual logo that I used. And I'm wearing a shirt, an all black shirt. That shirt says all black. It's It's my lifestyle. It's my culture. It's actually another logo that I designed. The all black logo is a logo that I designed for t-shirts and caps. All black. It's my lifestyle. It's my culture. So if you remember on the book cover, if we can see here, I took the all black off because I didn't necessarily want to market the shirt on the book. I wanted the book to market itself and then the shirt to market itself. And at the same time, you know, some people don't really get it, right? You know, it's all black. Oh, what's wrong with him? He's racist. No, man, it's my lifestyle. It's my culture. That's who I am. That's what I do, right? I actually had a lot of fun promoting this shirt. It's promoted on a lot of black college campuses: North Carolina A&T, Howard, Tuskegee. A lot of black college campuses, Alcorn State, Jackson State, had a lot of brand ambassadors that work with me to promote this on campuses. But that's not what I'm here to really talk about. I'm not really talking about all black. But, you know, I just wanted to show you that, you know, when you get your logos done, what you want to ask for is your source file. And the reason why I say you want to ask for your source file, because in this particular situation here, in some cases, I may want to have all black on the sweatshirt. In some cases, I may not want to have all black on the sweatshirt. So I can change the color of the sweatshirt. I can change the color of the hat. I can change the tone. I can change my skin tones. I can change my pants colors. And the reason why I can do that is because I own the source file. And just to give you some idea what the source file is a lot like a music master, right? Like you hear a lot of cats in the music industry say, hey, you know, he didn't own his masters, or somebody else owned his masters, or he owns his masters. And, you know, by you owning your source file, you're owning the master copy, which means you can make changes to it. You will own it outright. You know, you don't have to go backdoor to try to get, you know, new designs done and have people to do stuff, and then they charge you extra money because they got to do things with the layers. I mean, bottom line is when you get your logo made, you want to own the source file. And if you have a computer graphics guy or logo graphics guy that's designing your logo, and you ask if you can get the source file, and they tell you that you can't have the source file, you don't want to do work with them. Okay, you don't want to do work with them if you can't get access to the source file. Sometimes it may cost you a little bit more money. You know, it might cost you, rather than $100, it might cost you $150 or $200 or whatever the case may be. But the thing is, it's worth owning your source file. And if you're working with a good graphics designer guy, good graphic design guy, look, you want to pay the money to own the source file. Okay, you don't want to have to keep going to them in order to get things. Because a lot of times, you know, you may get with someone and they don't have time to do what you need to get done right then. And if you already own the source file, you can go to someone else and they ain't got to recreate it. They can just do what they need to do, and you can get all your stuff done. I mean, that's a whole nother story. But if you want any type of if you're looking for any type of help or any type of assistance, and you want to probably work with me one-on-one on some logo creation or some logo design or just understanding different logo concepts, you know, I encourage you to go out to my website, terodrobinson.com. Just sign up for a one-on-one training, 30-minute training, and well, not necessarily training, but sign up for a 30-minute consult, and you know, we can walk through probably everything you need to get done, or all the questions you have on logos and logo creation and logo design and all that stuff, probably within a 30-minute session. But that, you know, for the most part, I mean, that's it, man. I mean, logos are huge. They're big. I mean, the biggest thing is you need to know the color schemes. Whatever colors you use, you want to know all the colors. You want to know where they are on your logo. You want to own your source file. As long as you own your logo and as long as you own your source file, you're in total control. If you don't own the source file and you don't know your color schemes, let me back up. As long as you know all your color schemes, your RGBs, and that the exact colors of your logo, and as long as you own your source file, you're in total control. If you do not know all the colors wherever they are in the different places of your logo, and if you do not own your source file, you are not in control. Okay, that's guaranteed. You are not in control. So you want to be in control of your logo. This has been great. This has been fun. I hope this has been some good information for you. If so, I'd like for you to like this video, subscribe to this channel.